Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I got a few life hacks that I discovered / developed these last couple of weeks that I thought I would share on this video. So a few weeks ago I was at a hiking meetup and I was talking to one of the girls there. She had asked me about my former binge eating problems, which I still grapple with, by the way. I don't grapple with them physically anymore with the actual binge eating, but I have to mentally keep in check my relationship with food, and that kind of does bother me. I hope one day it will come naturally, and I think it will. I've come a long way from where I was 4 years ago, obviously. But as she and I were talking, it occurred to me that she's doing it backward. Every question she was asking was about, how do I eat this? How do I not eat this? The truth is that I wish we didn't call it a diet. I wish we called it more of a lifestyle, right? So for example, there's a lot more to life than food, right? You guys have been watching my videos, know that I've been making a lot of art, I've been going to meetups, I've been writing AI for various computer games, I've been strategizing about how to network with people. And so stop. Look at the big picture, right? Do things other than food, right? Especially do things that are not very compatible with food, right? So for example, the art projects, the networking with people. I spend a lot of time in the student union because you kind of want to watch your table manners, and that means doing other things besides food, right? Like the art projects, right? And so think beyond food. Even when you're talking about your diet, you want to think beyond food, right? What are some fun things that I could do that don't involve food, right? What can I do to kill time that doesn't involve food, right? Especially if it could also help me network with other people, right? So stop thinking about food, right? I know it's easier said than done, and I personally have room to work on there as well, right? A lot of times my schedule doesn't allow me to eat when my body wants me to, right? So often I was talking about how when we go back to classes being in session again, how I'm going to handle eating schedules, right? I'll have to think hard about that as well. Hopefully I'll get into a good rhythm. What really throws me is that sometimes something comes up and my schedule gets a little bit messed up, and then my eating doesn't fit the way it should, right? That's going to be a big problem, right? Again, diet goes beyond just what goes into your mouth, right? It also involves your sleep schedule. It also involves good relations at work, right? All of those could potentially throw off what you put in your mouth, right? So you need to think beyond food when you talk about diet, right? Okay. So we're getting close to summer. We're planning our vacation. I got a little bit of a life hack to make you feel like your vacation has doubled. Now think about all of the colleagues in your office, and think about the one person that you just don't bode well, right? It doesn't have to be anybody's fault. Now find out when he or she's going on vacation and book a different time. That way you'll get double the amount of time away from them, right? My favorite thing to do is, once I find out when they're going on vacation, to go the week before. That way I have the vacation, and then I have a moment of easing into the office without the individual that I Peter dislike, right? I hate to name names here, but some of my colleagues are very nasty about the relationship that the kind of marriage that I have, and I got a few other colleagues who are really nasty about my eating habits, right? I refuse food at various events, and they just get nasty. It's not the majority of my colleagues, obviously, right? It's the small number of colleagues that make the entire office dynamic feel a little bit off, right? But if you want to double your time away from them, find out when they're going on vacation first, and then go the week before. That's like heaven, right? You get the vacation, and then you get to unwind without them, right? Just a little life hack that I discovered. Unfortunately, I worked in another office. I didn't get along with my boss. He held some prejudices about family life. He's highly religious. He was 73 years old, religious, and had family values issues. And I tried to find out when he was going on vacation, I didn't make it very obvious. I told him, how's your family doing? What are you doing with them during Christmas time? And he was very vague about it. And I thought maybe he just didn't have any plans yet. After all, he's 73 years old, right? He probably has other concerns on his mind. One day he asked me to go to his computer to work on something. He had a student that was on his computer and remotely, and when I got to his computer, he ran out to run an errand, and after I finished with the student, I just decided to browse around his computer to see what he's up to. And wouldn't you know it, he had talked to a family member to pick him up at an airport on a certain day. And all the while, he's telling me he doesn't know what he's going to do with his family during Christmas time, right? I think that after that, I completely checked out of that. It was a tutoring center I'm working at, and I really love the students, but I completely tuned out my boss after that. I don't like being lied to. And having this stuff withheld from me, right? I really don't. And that wasn't the only piece of information he lied about or withheld from me. And just very insulting. Anyway, another life hack I discovered, especially these last couple of weeks. Now, you may have watched Law and Order or Cops, and they're always the police always tell you that you have the right to remain silent. The truth is, you always have the right to remain silent. The universe is not going to blow up if you take an extra 30 seconds to think about what to say next. So you're talking to your boss, you're talking to a girl that you like, and things are getting really heated, especially when things get really heated. Buy yourself 10 seconds. Nothing bad's going to happen. Even if the girl is walking away, even if the boss is threatening to fire you, especially if those things are happening, buy yourself 20 seconds then. Repeat the question if you need to, or depending on the situation, I'll come back to you. Can I send you an email? I got to go to the bathroom or something. Go to the bathroom, and buy yourself 30 seconds. Right, your stomach's rumbling. You got to go, and the universe will not explode if you do that. And so, now it might be tricky the first couple of times. So here's what I recommend. Do it when the stakes are low the first couple of times, right? You're having a great conversation with a girl that you like, right? You're having an average conversation, just at I collect coins, right? I go to a coin shop, I have an average conversation, right? The coin dealer's talking to me about the weather, right? Still buy yourself 10 seconds because you'll get used to it at that point in time, right? All right, thought I would talk about some lessons that I got to use these last couple of weeks. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.